The debate conversation, the point of contention in this debate that Ethan and XQC had, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch my latest video on it. We uploaded my reaction to it. I was reacting to it live. That debate was not exactly on really just like really important issues, right? It was just like, are you reacting hard enough? Are you not reacting hard enough? Whatever, right? It wasn't that serious of a situation, especially because there's a lot of nuance, and on top of that, there's a lot of people who don't consider it to be bad, okay? Ultimately, that was for content, and it was great. It was great content overall. XQC did the worm. Ethan did his classic slow cook. There was some really funny moments about it, but then I guess it fucking fell apart a little bit because they kept DMing one another late into the night, which is never a good idea. Ethan started off, he by the way, Vince Vintage is the GOAT. I love him, for the record. Holy shit. I mean, I love his videos. I watched some of his videos on stream before, but like, I never would have expected him to turn around and do this. Well, because one is which is pretty funny because it happened right after XQC pulled the Hasan bad chord, which is like a classic thing that people do in arguments, is to be like, hey, Ethan, you know your co-host Hasan? Bad. Like, classic. A classic distraction.
Because whenever he was on your podcast, he was sucking his balls out.
Well,
right?
that's
when he
again,
does
this is,
Mr. Chair React, and with all
dude,
due
you're
respect,
so dishonest. You don't even know what you're talking about. Last week, I chewed him out for an hour to the point where I had to apologize because people were mad at me.
Wait, what? People are, wait, did this turn to me now?
It is my problem, but you're not.
Did this dumb Quebecer 3 IQ schnauzer snake rat say I'm Chair Reacts? You cocksucking motherfucker. So for it to come, for Ethan's counter to that to be, hey, look, I went and I've reached out to a content creator who you reacted to, and this is what he had to say. This is what he had to say. It fucking was awesome. Who this Vince Vintage? My friend, you've got a new fan, okay? I don't know who this Vince Vintage. I love seeing big streamers like Hasan, Miss, Moist Critical react to my videos on stream. Clouding me out for watching my video equals fair exchange. But when a streamer has nothing to say and then re-uploads the reaction on their YouTube channel, that's the problem. Yeah, this is, he already, yeah, this is from, look, this is all the way from September 21st, 2022, like when I fucking watched it. I responded to it. I said that video was fire. But yeah.
I swear to God.
So you went to ask, are you a victim, by the way?
Let me, hold on, this is important. This is important for you to
understand. This was the cook. This was the epic cooking.
And I said, hey, I'm just curious, did XQC get permission? And I'm going to read you the message he sent me, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
He said, really appreciate you reaching out, Ethan. I've never been contacted by XQC at all for any of my React videos. My personal take is this. I love big streamers watching, like XQC, Hasan, Mizkif, Moist Critical, watching my videos on their stream. It's a big ego boost. But when XQC does it, it's different. When he watches my video, he always re-uploads the whole thing on his YouTube channel with his insightful commentary as, wow, chat, isn't this crazy? Compared to when Hasan watched my stuff, he shouted me out and he says he loves my stuff and he sent a bunch of subscribers to my channel. A fair exchange. Here's a video. He showed me a video of Hasan doing that. And then he said, XQC, he really just steals my shit. Entertains his audience of hundreds of hours I put into my videos while I get just a link in the YouTube.
That coming right like 30 seconds after XQC tried to pull that fast one, the classic like Hasan bad. That was, I never get that. I never get that, dude. I never take accident. Dude, I only catch stray L's. People still say you are the chair streamer even after this clip. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Those people never watch. It doesn't matter. They never watch. They only watch someone else basically clip in a malicious way for the most part, in an identical capacity to XQC trying to do that to Ethan, a fucking random moment, like a sequence of time where like I either had an emergency or some shit like that, which happens, you know what I mean? I can't tell you every single thing that's going on behind the camera, but there are some certain moments where I cannot be on camera, okay? It happens. I usually tell you what I'm doing if I like walk away for a minute and 21 seconds maximum. Ultimately, the people that are constantly saying like, oh, Hasan is a fucking chair reactor. He's a chair reactor. He's a chair reactor. Those people don't watch. They've watched a content creator make a YouTube video about how I'm a chair reactor, because if you come in here and see for yourself, you will recognize that that is not the case. It's just, it is whatever. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it. I can't. My hope always is that hopefully someone that does get brainwashed by those ridiculous memes or whatever, who believes in it in their heart of hearts, is coming in here at least with like a crumb of charitability, and they will recognize that that is not the case. That's it. I think people don't know we had that psycho chatter that used to time your P's, and they have that spreadsheet. I mean, I have psycho chatters who time my P's still to this day. I don't think they have a spreadsheet anymore, but they still do it. So it doesn't matter. My point is, it doesn't matter. But a lot of those memes have permanence, okay? A lot of those memes become reality. And what ends up happening in that situation is people, if they see you as like someone who's constantly getting in hot water by freaks, it doesn't matter if the people that are yelling at you are like literally mentally ill. They just see the toxicity. There's an air of toxicity around you. And that's not really good for any kind of content creation, where you don't want that toxicity to seep out to others that are in your orbit. That's why I always am very careful with who I have on my stream, things of that nature. And what I was trying to say is the reason why this was so like such a wonderful change of pace for me is that clearly I have a lot of friends in YouTube, right? I have a lot of friends who make YouTube content, and I talk to them all the time. I make YouTube content as well. I want to make sure that this is as not shitty for other content creators as possible. I don't want to harm other people. And harm might happen unintentionally in this structure that we have. Harm might happen unintentionally in the structure that we currently have, in the way that we make content, especially on Twitch, that I try to minimize that as best as possible. But people still people don't usually come out and say like, no, Hasan is good. Like, Hasan is good actually. You know what I mean? They don't say that because they know that if they say that, in a lot of instances, the toxicity will go after them. It's a risk to put yourself out there. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. Yeah, then they use that toxicity to isolate you. Yeah, it's a deliberate attempt. It's a deliberate attempt to do that. To create an island for someone like myself. Are you gonna cry? Yeah, dude, I'm gonna cry. Tears of joy, really. So that's why I usually catch stray L's. But this was a situation where it was a stray W.